Hello, everyone, and welcome here to Wright State University for today's matchup between the Alter Knights and the Hamilton Badin Rams. Alter looking to get back on track after dropping the last three games, and the task is not an easy one. The Rams have been several years a traditional powerhouse in baseball, and they come into this game with a 7-2 record overall, 3-1 in the GCL. So the Knights certainly have work cut out for them, and this will be the last game without any seniors here on the field as they are on the buses and traveling back from Washington, D.C. So hopefully they will return safely, and we will have them back in the lineup for Friday night's matchup against Hamilton Badin down in Badin. So on the mound today for the Knights, sophomore Matt Scheretti gets his second start of the season, a very strong first start against Stebbins, and coming off of, we were joking with him, what was seemed to be a career day out in center field the other night, made several ESPN Sports Center highlight catches, including one over his shoulders, a la Willie Mays. And so today he is on the mound, and as we look around the infield, catching him, we have freshman Danny Mangan, Sam McClanahan's at first base, Matt Mahoney gets his start at second base, shortstop is Zach Claiborne, Max Homan is at third base, and left field Nolan Meyer, center field Alex Dunkel, and right field, I'm going to have to take a look. My eyes are not that good here. And right field, we have Spencer Girding getting the start. So leading off for Hamilton Badin is their center fielder, Preston Heitzman. Swing and a miss. 2-1 is the count. It's an overcast day here and windy, with the wind moving left to right, which has been unusual for out here. That's ball three. 3-1's the count. And tonight the key for Alter is to throw strikes and play defense. There's ball four. And Danny's going to have to move quickly to get that ball because Badin likes to run, and they will. So coming up next for Badin is second baseman A.J. Enginger. He squared up, pulled the bat back, but it was a call strike. Third baseman Max Homan is up on the grass. Sizable lead over at first. Throw over. Back in plenty of time. So if you hear drum in the background, there's a winter guard going on next door at Wright State, and there are only about 10,000 drummers warming up in the parking lot, so it's a bit loud. That is a fly ball to center field. Fading back is Alex Dunkel under it, and he makes the catch for the first out. So that will bring up Sergio DeCello, the designated hitter for Badin. Badin electing today not to bat their pitcher. And Heitman has a very large lead over at first. delivery, and he's going. Ball's outside. Throws down, but he is safe. So another bunting situation for sacrifice. Third baseman's going to have to hang back to cover the bag. So it'll be up to pitcher and catcher because it looks like McClanahan is back a step behind first base bag. Just missing outside.
Square.
Same location outside. And we have 3 balls on the batter. Shreddy delivers. Green light. That ball is hit. Nolan Meyer drops it on the catch, and that will advance the runners. Only one base. And what happened there is a left-handed hitter, and the ball tailed off at the last second, and Nolan just having some trouble handling it. So after a catching error out in left field, we now have runners at second and third, and that will bring up Caden Kimbrell, who's batting cleanup, and he is the first baseman tonight. Strike one. So the Knights needing to work themselves out of this already in the first inning. And like I said at the start of the game, against a team like Badin, you've got to throw strikes and you've got to play defense. You got to play some air-free ball here. That's the only thing that's going to keep you in the game. Ball just missing low. Nice ball. Over for a call strike. That worked its way outside in. And the count is 1-2. The delivery. Mangan setting up on the outside. That ball was put exactly where they wanted, but he wasn't biting, and the count evens at 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him on a changeup, and we are 1 out away from getting out of this inning. And Ryan Kirkendale, the shortstop, will try to push those 2 runners on base and get them over the plate here in the top of the first. Ground ball. And Claiborne has trouble fielding that, bobbles it, but keeps it in the infield. And that was a tough ball. You can't give him an error on that because he had to move all the way from his position to behind second base to try to make that stop. So that will score a run here for the Rams, and they are up 1-0 here in the first. So we have first and third here with 2 outs, and Spencer Giesting, right fielder, is up. This this lineup is just filled with left-handed hitters. Runners going. Throw down. And it was cut by Mahoney between the pitcher and the shortstop, but Badin not biting, and their runners on second and third. And 1 ball on the batter. Danny Mengen made a nice drop and block to keep that ball from going to the backstop and scoring a run. Missing outside. 3 balls. So the catcher, Dylan Bellauer, is on deck for the Rams. Delivery. Nice pitch, just hitting the inside corner. So 3-1 is the count. There's a foul ball bouncing out of the stadium on the third base side. And 3-2 is the count. So Scheretti needs to dig into his bag of tricks here, pull out something nasty. And it was a foul tip. And it's probably dropped from the time we got out here to the ballpark. It's probably dropped about 7 or 8 degrees. And by the end of the game, it's going to be cold and windy. The payoff. That's a ground ball to Mahoney. Mahoney has to be quick. And he got him at first. So Knights worked themselves out of the inning, giving up 1 run. And at the end of 1/2 inning, score is 1-0 Badin. Okay, we're about ready to begin, and on the mound for Badin tonight is Chase Hopewell, a senior, 6'4", 190, and he throws gas. So we've got someone here with a speed gun. I'm curious to see what his fastball is clocking at. So Knights better load early, shorten that swing, and put the ball in play here. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss for a strike. Ball high. One pitch. Outside, bounces to the backstop. 86. Yeah, and that fastball was 86 miles an hour, so he does bring the gas. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter. And Mangan sticks his bat out, get a piece of it. That fouls out of play, but keeps him alive. 2-2 remains the count. Mangan gets it. Ground ball back to the pitcher, who runs over and tosses to the first baseman for out number 1. I can guarantee you prior to that bat, Mangan probably had not faced a person 89. Yeah, the ball he hit was 89 miles an hour, so he brings the gas. So McClanahan swings and misses. 0-1. Hits the outside corner for strike number 2. Hopewell moving very quickly once the ball is back in his hands. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and we have 2 outs in the inning. And that brings up shortstop Zach Claiborne. So let's see if Zach can get something going here with 2 outs in the inning. Ball 1 outside. That was 88 miles an hour. Low, ball 2. Ball missed the batter's box, went to the backstop. And 3 balls on Claiborne here. On deck is pitcher Matt Scheretti. Inside, so 4 after throwing several strikes in a row, he threw 4 balls in a row. And so with 2 outs, Matt Scheretti comes up to bat. And if nothing else, that was a quality bat for the Knights, because we want to do whatever we can to drive up this pitch count, but I have a feeling that they've got some flamethrowers behind him. So it's just ball missing. You just got to be ready to come up here and hit. You got to go up there with the mentality. You're not going to look for a walk, looking to swing every pitch. Claiborne has about an 8-foot lead. So Hopewell steps off and looks him back. was a strike and a quick throw down to first base. He has a very short stride working from the stretch. So very different from the windup. I'm going to try to see if that does anything to his speed here. Ooh, that was on the chalk, but umpire called it a strike. 1-2 is the count on Chiaretti. Ball missing low. Ooh. Curveball caught him for strike 3, and at the end of 1 complete, the score is 1-0 Badin. Okay, at the top of the second inning here, Matt Chiaretti will face 7, 8, 9 for the Badin Rams. Dylan Bellauer pops that up to right field. And a diving catch made out there by Spencer Girding. Or no, that was Alex Dunkel. Spencer Girding moved over to center field and one away. Very nice catch. Got a late break on the ball, and the wind kind of killed it there midstream. That'll bring up Evan Schlensker for Badin. That's a pop-up, 1 hit to center field. Girding is underneath it, and 2 away. 2 pitches, 2 outs here. That was the third baseman, and now with 2 outs, Kevin Hawk, the left fielder, comes to bat for Badin. So both Mahoney and Claiborne on the grass, outfield grass. That's a bunt. He's going to have to hurry. No chance there. And one of the problems you have there with the bunt with Chiaretti is, first of all, it was right down the line. Second off, he tried to pick it up with his glove, and you just can't. You got to bare hand that if there's any chance. So we have rolled over To the top of the order, and left-hander Preston Heitman comes up for the second time this evening. The delivery outside. All right, after a quick conversation, we have a 2-0 count on the batter. Decent sized lead here, and he's leaning, taking a couple steps. Scheretti sees that and throws over. Scheretti taking his time, and as expected, Heitman asks for time, steps out. Little gamesmanship going on here, back and forth. Hawk takes his lead at first base. Scheretti delivers. He is going on the pitch, and Mangan having trouble getting the ball out of his glove, does not even make the throw. They're getting some really good jumps, so it's going to be important for Scheretti to either mix up his look or have a quicker delivery to the plate, or Badin's going to have their way stealing bases tonight. So the 3-0 delivery, and that's the second time this evening that Badin's had the green light on a 3-0 count. So very aggressive up at the plate, which is very typical for a Ram ball club, and the count is 3-1. Outfield playing deep with ball 4, with Girding shading over towards right field because of the wind. So A.J. Inginger, second baseman, comes to bat. Runners at first and second. That's to the backstop. That is going to advance the runners. And he rounded third hard as Mangan jogged back to get the ball from the backstop. And got to remember that this team is very aggressive on the base pads. Just missing low. So after 2 pitches and 2 outs in the inning, Matt Scheretti struggling just a little bit on the mound. That one in the dirt. Mangan having to drop and block that. And we have 3 balls on the batter with designated hitter Sergio DeCello on deck. So 1 pitch at a time here. You got to work back. That's ball 4. Mangan going out to have a word with Scheretti. And surprise, surprise, another left-handed batter for Badin comes up to bat. So Scheretti electing to work from the windup. Mangan setting up outside. Hitting the outside corner. Strike one. The windup and delivery. Curveball missing. Rather a breaking ball.
Squared up, Sarge.
1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. And 1-2 is the count.
Squared up. Here we go.
Here we go, the delivery. Ball just missing. Danny blocking that up. Nice play. And we have twos all the way across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ball is grounded to Sam McClanahan. 1 bounces. He takes it unassisted. And nice job by Matt Scheretti working himself out of that inning. Badin loading the bases but not able to get anyone across. So at the end of 1.5, the score is 1-0 Badin.
I'm Nolan Meyer, and I'm a sophomore baseball player, and I'm here with Matt Scheretti. He's a sophomore baseball player, and I just got some questions for him. So, Matt, what position do you play?
Well, I play anywhere in the outfield, and I'm also a pitcher.
So you said you're a pitcher. What is your go-to pitch?
My go-to pitch is usually a four-seam outside fastball.
That's a good one. Who do you play with in the off-season?
So I play for a team called the Warthogs out of Cincinnati area. So.
All right. And what are you most excited about this year's team?
I'm really excited because we got a lot of young kids, and it's going to be really awesome seeing them develop.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any plans after graduation, if you want to play sports or any schools you might want to go to?
I definitely want to play baseball in college, and I kind of want to do engineering, so somewhere in that field.
All right, so now you got to let me know, Matt. What hidden talent do you have that nobody else knows about?
I'm actually pretty good with computers, so I think of that as a hidden talent.
All right, now we got some rapid-fire questions for you. So you're driving home from a baseball practice on a Saturday morning, and you want some lunch. Are you going Chipotle or Cane's?
Man, I think it's got to be Cane's.
All right. And when you're listening to music, you listen to country or rap?
Rap music.
All right. Reds or Indians?
Reds.
PS4 or Xbox?
Xbox.
All right, set to begin here. That was pitcher Matt Scheretti, and up to bat here for the Knights, freshman Alex Dunkel, right fielder, who made a very nice catch out there, diving catch. He hits that one. That's going to drop here for a base hit. So the Knights are in business here to lead things off in the second inning, and that will bring up center fielder Spencer Girding to the plate for the Knights. Ball's to the backstop. That's going to advance Dunkel. He's just going to get one base. And Spencer Girding playing just about everywhere this year. He's been in center field. He's been third base, shortstop. I think he may have been second base. wind is really kicking up here. It is a strong, constant wind moving left field to right field. The delivery. Spencer faked to bunt, pulled it back for a ball, and 2-0's the count. So Hopewell throwing gas, but they're not strikes right now. Girding up 2-0 in the count. Dunkel taking a small lead off of second. The delivery. He has to block up there. Nice play by Bellauer, the catcher, for Badin, and the count is 3-0. Oh, and he caught him leading off second base. It's a tough lesson to learn as a freshman, but that was a very nice pickoff move. So 1 out, 3-0 count on Spencer Girding, and he's back to the windup. That's low, ball 4. So third baseman Max Homan comes to the plate for the first time this evening. And I can tell you with that last pitch being at 89 miles an hour, Max has not seen anything nearly that fast to this point in his career. Quick throw over to first. And Hopewell has a very quick move to both second and first. And this pitcher can definitely play at the next level. I don't know what his plans are after high school, but he has the tools to go. Quick throw down to first. That was a strike on the pitch. So Girding over at first with his lead. The delivery. Strike 2. And Max able to get hold of that one, fouling it down the right field side. Count holds at 0-2. Girding at first. And Nolan Meyer on deck for the Knights. The delivery. Oh, and that was on chalk inside, but strike 3 is the call, and there are 2 outs in the inning. And it's up to Nolan Meyer. Quick throw over to first. So Hopewell not willing to concede any type of substantial lead by anyone on base. Managing the game really well. The delivery. That's a strike. Fake throw down to first. That was 87 miles an hour. Just missing low. Spencer getting a larger lead. The delivery. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So hopefully after these alternites have had an opportunity to get through the lineup one time, they feel good about timing and hoping to get in there. And Nolan pretty deep off the plate. Just missing. 2-2. And any pitch on that outside corner of the plate, he is not going to be able to get to. There it is. Outside corner, swing and a miss. And the Knights are complete in the second inning. We have 2 in the books, and the score remains 1-0 Badin. Okay, we are set to begin here, top of the third inning, and Caden Kimbrell comes to the plate for the second time this evening. Strike one. Nice job by Mangan holding that ball, framing it in just a little bit, getting the call. Outfielders playing straight away for Kimbrough. Just missing inside, and that was a good miss for Sharetti.
Come on, King.
That's a
Good job, King.
bouncer to Claiborne, who makes the throw over to first. Nice throw. He made that from deep in the hole, so it was a nice backhand. And we have one down in the inning. Ryan Kirkendale, the shortstop, now comes to the plate. Kirkendale, one of only 3 sophomores on the roster here for Badin. It is a very heavily senior and junior dominated group. And they are all big. I mean, this looks like a football roster when you're looking at heights and weights. So definitely have some strength in the lineup. Two on the count on Sharetti. And all three sophomores that are on the roster are starting today. Enginger, Kirkendale, and DeCello. DeCello being the designated hitter. So 2-1 the count, and Scheretti delivers. Ball 3. 3-1 is the count. So Scheretti able to get the leadoff batter out here. Let's have him just battle back one play at a time. And ground ball. Claiborne charges, cleanly throws it over to first, and there are 2 outs in the inning. And one thing you have to love about Zach Claiborne is he has great footwork. When that pitch was released, he was 2 feet in the outfield and just started charging on the pitch, and his feet are always moving. He's always active. Very good footwork, fundamentally, by Zach Claiborne. Boy, and Matt Scheretti, if for any of you Bull Durham fans out there, say hit the bull, because that thing was, he even laughed after he released that one. That was a good 6 feet off the plate. Swing and a miss. Spencer Geesting. Spencer deep in the box. That foot back really far, trying to foul tip off his foot, just trying to see as much of that ball coming in as they can. Mangan really outside. And that's 2-1. Umpire moved out there right with him. He didn't want to be exposed because Mangan was not even over the plate on that last pitch. 2-1 delivery. Just missing. And 3-1's the count here. So it's time for Scheretti to reach into his bag of tricks, pull out a pitch. The delivery. That was a nice pitch. Just missed high. Mangan's got to quickly get to the ball. And Dylan Bellauer, the catcher, comes to the plate with 2 outs. And the Knights playing some good defense here tonight. Let's throw strikes and put the ball in play and let the defense earn its pay. There's a huge lead by Geesting over at first. That ball is driven to center field. Girding waiting for it, makes the catch, and nice inning by Matt Scheretti. And defensively, Zach Claiborne making a couple big plays. Spencer Girding topping it off, and the Knights are out of the inning. So in the middle of the third, the score remains 1-0 Badin. Okay, ready to begin here. Bottom of the third, Matt Mahoney will lead things off for the Knights. In between innings, I was talking to some Hamilton Badin parents, and I asked them if Hopewell was the ace of the staff, strike one, and they said no, he's probably about third down on the depth chart. So Badin abundant with pitchers, and that was a foul ball off the inside of his foot, and you got to walk that one off. So 2 strikes on Mahoney. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's one down in the inning, and we have flipped things over, and Danny Mangan will come to the plate. Hopewell delivers. Nice stop by the catcher Bellauer there. That ball looked like a cricket throw. Ball missing low. Strike 1. That was a slow pitch by his standards, 82 miles an hour. Mangan fouls that one up and out of play. Reach, swing and a miss, strike 3. And quickly they're 2 away, and that will bring up junior Sam McClanahan. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Hit that one inside out, and that had some backspin on it. Foul ball, strike 2. And the wind is now blowing straight in from center field. That's a hit off home plate. Foul ball. Count holds 0-2. That's a dinger back to the pitcher, who makes the throw over to first, and the side is retired. So at the end of 3 complete, the score is 1-0 in favor of Hamilton Badin. Back here in the top of the fourth inning, and the score 1-0 in favor of Badin. And I've spent a lot of time talking about the velocity and the strength of the Badin starter, Hopewell, and Matt Scheretti has had equally a very nice game. He's not swing and a miss there. He's not throwing quite the speed that Hopewell is, but he's been efficient with his pitches, and actually has only given up one hit today to Badin. And Alter also has one hit, so both pitchers doing equally well. That's a bunt to first base. Scheretti over and makes the throw over to first. So Badin liking to mix it up, and that's been their second bunt in 4 innings. So they will try to reach base however they can. And that will bring up Kevin Hawk, left fielder, and Hawk got things started a couple innings ago for them with 2 outs. Reaching, and there's a strike. Delayed call by the umpire. Strike 2. Like I said, they're not afraid to bunt, to get on base.
Come on, Kev.
Delivery. Inside. Good miss. Scheretti taking his time. Gets the sign, the windup, and delivery. Strike 3, rung him up, and so may have looked a bit inside, but he was crowding the plate, and there was no way he was going to get that 4-seam fastball. We have 2 away in the inning. That is hit down the left field line and just foul.
Come on, Hicks.
Outside, 1-1. So this is the leadoff batter, Preston Heitman for Badin. Bit high, 2-1.
Come on, Hicks.
Outside, ball 3. 3-1. That ball is fouled up and out of play. Full count. Ball 4.
Bad Hicks.
And Badin has someone on board with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. And A.J. Enginger, second baseman, one of the sophomores that's starting for Badin. Sizable lead. That ball is hit right up the middle, base hit. And Badin is in business here, top of the 4th. And that brings up Sergio DeCello, the designated hitter, another sophomore. Mangan just taking a quick trip out to the mound, telling Matt to relax. We got this. Now Sam McClanahan and Max Homan have words with each other. So Alter in just a bit of a jam here with 2 outs in the 4th. The delivery, runners are going, foul ball. So they were straight up stealing on that play. So be interesting to see what Alter does here. As far as perhaps checking the runners. Claiborne shading behind the runner. Second base. Chiaretti delivers. The runner's not going. 1-1.
Drive one here, Serge.
Fouled back to the net. 1-2. All right, it'd be nice to get out of the inning on this pitch. Claiborne shading behind the runner. The delivery. Mangan having to block it up. 2-2. Twos all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Mangan setting up on the outside corner of the plate. That ball is popped up. Claiborne's calling for it, and he makes the catch. And so Knights once again working themselves out of a jam. Way to keep their poise, and the middle of the 4th, the score is 1-0 Badin. Okay, Hopewell and the Rams ready to begin the bottom of the fourth inning here. Hopewell being fairly efficient with his pitch count, so really no danger of him coming out anytime soon for Badin. Scheretti throwing a few more pitches, but still in good shape with his pitch count. And that's Zach Claiborne fouling the first pitch back and out of play. So Claiborne, Scheretti, and Dunkel up for the Knights here. That's a ground ball to second base, who throws over to first for the first out of the inning. Ball's inside. Kind of a strange defensive scheme here in the outfield for Scheretti. There is left fielder's playing straight up, and the center fielder, that's a pop-up over into foul territory, right field line, and right fielder made the catch for the out. On that play, the center fielder was back behind the second baseman, so apparently they had a scouting report on Scheretti, and it played to perfection for them. So with 2 outs, Alex Dunkel comes to the plate for the second time. Alex having the lone hit for the Knights on a hit to right field. The 1-0 delivery. That's a strike, and that was an 84-mile-an-hour fastball. That ball is hit, but right to the left fielder, and the Knights are out 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fourth, and 4 in the books. The score is 1-0 Badin.
Come on, Caden. Keep your back, Caden. Unleash on him, bud. On flame. Let's go.
So the 4, 5, 6 batters come up for Badin here in the top of the 5th inning. Caden Kimbrell, first baseman, will lead things off. And it continues to drop in temperature out here. That's a ground ball down to third base line, and that's going to go to the corner. Meyer with the ball, throws it in, and it's a leadoff double for Kimbrough. So that was just a scorcher.
Come on, Kurt.
And Ryan Kirkendale, shortstop, comes up to bat. And this could be a bunting. Too much time. He steps out. McClanahan is up in the grass. Sacrifice situation. As much as Badin does like to bunt, this is an obvious bunting situation for them. He's swinging straight away, and that is hit deep, and that's a fair ball into the left field bullpen. That's going to score a run, and back-to-back doubles here. And the score is now 2-0. Forgot to switch the innings. We are in the 5th inning here. And it looks like going to have a lineup change here for Badin. And that is number 34 coming into the game, Matt Schneider, a senior for Badin. And looks like he's coming in for Spencer Giesting. So McClanahan up again, anticipating a bunt. And Claiborne's going to have to be the person holding the runner on second, because if McClanahan does charge on a bunt, Mahoney's going to have to bunt. That ball is up and out of play. So McClanahan now back even with the bag. The delivery. He reaches out. That is down the right field line, and that is just foul. So Badin playing the lines this inning, both left field and right field. And 0-2 on the pinch hitter here, Matt Schneider. So let's see if Shreddy can get this first elusive out here in the 5th inning. The delivery, that is popped straight up in the infield. Mahoney's underneath it and makes the catch. That wind was swirling, and for a second there, looked like Matt didn't know which way it was going to break, but he stayed with it, and we have one down in the inning. So we have another pinch hitter coming up. This is Joey Specht, a junior for Badin. I'm wondering if they're just going to hit for them and then reinsert the position players. We'll have to see. Okay, so Joey Specht comes up to bat. One out and a runner on second base. Sharetti comes set and delivers. That ball is hit down the right field line, but foul.
Come on, Joey.
So last two batters having a little bit of trouble with the timing, getting that bat head through. Another foul ball, right field side. And see if Sharetti goes to his go-to pitch, his four-seam. Mangan not sure of the signs being signaled in, so he asks for time. Now we're set. Sharetti looks like he's signaling high. Oh, just missing high. 1-2 the count.
Come on, Joey.
Okay, Sharetti comes set against Speck, delivers. Danny having to block that up. Saves the runners from advancing. And the count evens at 2-2. So, see what Sharetti can do here. His straight up fastball seem to be working on him. And delivery, that's popped up. That's in no man's land. That's going to fall. No, Girding comes over, makes the catch. So Girding closing on it fast. It was Dunkel and Mahoney going out to get it, and out of nowhere, Spencer Girding comes in and makes the catch. And very nice play out there by Spencer Girding. And another lineup change here. So Badin trying to get some things going here at the plate with a different lineup. And we'll have to see. To me, it looks like it's number 2, Luke Tabler, a senior for Badin. Okay, 2 outs in the inning. Luke Tabler comes to the plate as a pinch hitter for Badin. Sharetti checks the runner, delivers, strike. Nice pitch. That was that four-seam that he likes, and he loves to play the corners of the plate with that four-seam. And it looks like a slider a lot of the time. The delivery, ground ball. Mahoney backhands it, stays with it. Oh, nice play. So Mahoney bobbled the ball for a second on the backhand, had to rush his throw, bounced it over, and Luke scoops it up and saves a run in the inning. And so after the inning beginning with back-to-back doubles, the Knights just tightening it down, and bottom of the fifth, the score remains close for the Knights, 2-0, and Knights making a game of this. I think you look at this and you look at the program and you look at what we're trying to accomplish here with just making some changes in the program and turning things around. Today is a great example of what happens, good things happen, because hanging tough against a team like Hamilton Badin can really take you a long way as far as knowing that things are moving in the right direction. And so in past seasons, you put the first two runners on base, you score a run. The Knights could have imploded, and they didn't. They just buckled down. And what is even more impressive here for the Knights is it is a very, very young team out on that field. You have 3 freshman starters. I'm trying to think, 3, 4, 5 junior starters, and no seniors out there. So it's we're at a good spot here, and a sophomore pitching out there, pitching a heck of a game out there. So the future is bright for the alternate program. But I always hated the moral victories. The only victories that count are the ones that are official in the scorebook. So the Knights have some work to do here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And leading things off for the Knights is center fielder Spencer Girding. Max Homan on deck and Nolan Meyer in the hole. Ooh, Hopewell Girding had to quickly hop out to avoid being hit in the kneecaps, and that was a strike. So that was a ground ball jammed. First baseman short hops it and takes it unassisted to first for the first out. So it's up to Max Homan here with 1 out. Homan tried to drag bunt that unsuccessfully, and we have 1 strike. Just missing outside. 1-1. Strike right down the middle. So 1-2 the count here on Homan, and Homan needs to get aggressive up at the plate. Shaking off the pitch. Homan fouling that off. He wasn't fooled. He thought the shake off was for a curve, change up, and he was looking fastball the whole way. So count holds at 1-2. Nolan Meyer on deck. Outside, 2-2. Catcher setting up inside. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 out in the inning, and Nolan Meyer comes to bat for the second time this evening. Nolan way off the plate, the catcher seeing it and setting up outside. First pitch missing low. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Scoreboard operator must have gone out for a hot dog because the scoreboard's all jacked up at this point. Low. Ooh. Outside corner. 2-2's the count. Ball 3, and that was 88 miles an hour. Full count, and I just looked in the booth, and I think the reason the scoreboard's all jacked up is scoreboard operator must be texting his girlfriend or something because he's not paying attention. Strike 3. Hosel didn't like that, and the umpire just gave him a warning. So the end of 5 complete. The score is 2-0, and I think he had something. Hosel had a reason on that strike 3 call to complain. That was outside, way outside. So doesn't matter. So we're set here for the last 2 innings of the ball game, and Badin up 2-0 on the Knights. Matt Scheretti pitching a heck of a baseball game here for the Knights. And left fielder Kevin Hawk will start things off. So as far as the order, we're at 9 and then 9-1-2. So it's important that we get this leadoff batter out here in the 6th. That's a bunt foul down the third base line. So they have batted, they have bunted all up and down the order. It doesn't matter if you're the leadoff batter, the 4 batter, the 9 batter. They will just do what they need to get them on base. Nice breaking ball by Scheretti. 4 strike 2. I think the scoreboard operator has given up because he's not putting ball strikes or outs up there now. Must have broken up with his girlfriend and is devastated. Just missing, and I have a feeling that if Danny was able to hold on to that, he would have rung him up.
Come on, Kev.
Claiborne 4 feet into the outfield right now. Ball missing just high. The delivery, swing and a miss, and he got him, and that's the first out in the inning. Much needed out here to start things off. And we are now at the top of the order here. Preston Hittman up for Badin. Homan up in the grass, anticipating a bunt. Ball 1 low. Ground ball right to Sam McClanahan, who jogs over, steps on the bag, and we have 2 outs here. So Scheretti, just like his last start, looks stronger as the game goes on. He has looked sharp here in the 6th inning. He's hitting his spots. This late in the game, with the velocity as cold as it's getting, it's a great outing here. Nice pitch. Strike 1. Scheretti has taken up his entire game a notch from last year to this year, and it's just kind of expected with maturity. You know what to expect. That one's popped up and out of play. Scheretti here in the 6th inning, going to his other pitches, going to his 2, 3, and 4 pitch here. Throwing that fastball when he needs it, but kind of catching them off guard, keeping them off schedule. That just missed inside. He was looking to wear that pitch. And Jinger asks where time is granted. Scoreboard says 1 out, but there are 2 outs in the inning. That one's hit off the handle of the bat, and that's going to diving catch, just missed, though, by Girding. Great effort, and he laid out completely and came down right on his chest. Had the ball for a gleaning second, and then had to let it go, and Girding kind of taking his time getting back out to center field. And we have another pinch hitter for the Rams, and that's junior Alex Barger, left-hander. No surprise. Must grow left-handers down in Hamilton. Okay, 2 outs. Let's see what Matt Scheretti can do here. Runner going on the first pitch, and that ball gets away from Mangan. So he is up and over to second base. So Badin in strike position here, and the Knights shifting their outfield. So Meyer playing over towards center, Girding center to right, and Dunkel close to the foul line. That's a ground ball, just foul. McClanahan making a nice diving stop in foul territory. Sam's had a nice defensive game over there on the corner. Taking a lot of time here for the delivery. The delivery. Foul tip back to the fence. 1-2 the count. So Shreddy in a situation here where he can help himself out of the inning at the top of the 6th. Runner at second base. Sizable lead. Ground ball right up the middle, and that's Girding comes up and throws to the plate. Not a play. Who throws to second? And he is safe, and the Rams get a run here across in the 6th inning. Doing a nice job of getting a guy on base, moving him over, and then punching him in. So playing some small ball here, but it's working. And Caden Kimbrell comes to the plate. The cleanup hitter here for Badin. Strike on the inside corner. And some signals being given out there, and he's got a lead, and I would not be surprised if he takes off here on the pitch. It's a ground ball to Claiborne, who's up and makes the third, but Badin gets a run. And middle of the 6th, the score 3-0 Badin. Here in the bottom of the 6th, the Knights are down to their last 2 at-bats against the Rams. The hole getting just a little bit deeper, but Knights playing a nice defensive game tonight. Probably one of their best defensive efforts of the season. And Matt Mahoney will lead things off. Mahoney bunts, and that's in trouble. He's going to be on board. It was like all 3 people ran to the ball and looked at each other and said, "You going to take it? You going to take it?" And not even a throw made. So Matt Mahoney, really nice bunt there to start things off. And we're at the top of the order here for catcher Danny Mangan here. And Badin just getting someone up to do some soft tossing in the bullpen. Looked like the umpire pulled a hammy on that pitch. And the Knights also have someone throwing down in their bullpen. That gets away, and Mahoney is over on second base. So Knights in business here in the second with a runner on second base in scoring position. So we'll have to see if we can push them over. Knights were in a similar situation before and picked the runner off, leading off at second. So we got to be alert of that turnaround move. And Badin's coach wants to go out and have a quick word with the infield. Okay, so the meeting at the mound is done, and we are ready to begin again. So we have 2 balls on Mangan with Mahoney at second base. Timeout at the plate. Mangan trying to disrupt the rhythm here. And Sam McClanahan is on deck for the Knights. Mahoney has his lead. The pitch, strike. So 2-1 the count. Ground ball, that's through the hole into the outfield, but they're going to hold Mahoney at third base. So the Knights in business here, trying to get something going. And with runners at first and third, that will bring up left-hander Sam McClanahan. So Badin giving the old first and third signals. That's a bunt to the backstop, and that's going to score a run. Mangan moves to second base, and the Knights are on the scoreboard here. So 3-1 the score. No outs. And Knights starting a rally here in the 6th inning. First baseman goes over, trying to calm down the pitcher. So McClanahan settles back in with 1 ball. Strike. I think that was not on the offering of the bunt, but the pitch. So 1-1 the count. And Claiborne is on deck. McClanahan misses, tries to bunt, and misses. 2 strikes. So McClanahan going to be swinging away here with 2 strikes on him. Hopewell taking his time, and McClanahan asks for time and is granted. Strike three looking. That was right down the middle of the plate. So one down in the inning, and Claiborne comes up to bat. Claiborne definitely a person you want up in this situation. He has delivered time and time again. It's fouled back to the net. And Alter's bullpen work is complete, as is Badin's. Quick throw back. The ball's in the outfield, but nobody is going to advance. Hopewell has a really nice inside step move. And he also has a reverse pivot move, so you don't know what he's going to show. But Mangan's got a healthy lead at second, just needs to be careful because that shortstop will break. They seem to be timing it up. That ball's inside. 1-1. The delivery. Foul tip. Catcher's going to need a minute to walk that one off. Okay, 1-2 the count on Claiborne. Bounces it in front of the plate. 2-2. So Claiborne hanging tough. Claiborne back way deep in the box. In fact, his right foot is on the line, the chalk line, almost out of the box. Nope, ball missing outside. And the count is full to Claiborne. Last pitch was 86 miles an hour. So Hopewell's still throwing the ball hard. That's a chopper. That's going to get Mangan over to third base. And he had to quickly get back. And 2 outs in the inning, and that will bring sophomore Matt Scheretti to the plate. So really need that run in from third base going into the 7th inning. And it's up to Scheretti. That's a ground ball, hard hit to third base, who is able to make the throw over to first, and the side is retired. So the Knights are able to get 1 run here in the 6th. Going into the 7th, the score is 3-1 Badin. And we will have a pitching change here in the top of the 7th inning for the Knights. Matt Chiaretti's day is done, and freshman Max Homan will come on to pitch the 7th for the Knights. So Matt Chiaretti pitching another outstanding game for the Knights. Okay, so Ryan Kirkendale, shortstop, will lead things off here in the top of the 7th for Hamilton Badin. Homan working from the windup. And first pitch is hit into left field. And he turns hard but holds it first. And one aboard. So Matt Schneider will come to the plate for the second time, entering the game 2 innings ago. Ball 1. Big lead at first. Missing outside. Ball 2. Swing and a miss. Megan not able to handle it, and runner will advance to second base. 2-1 the count. And Badin again has some activity in their bullpen. Foul ball. 2-2 is the count. Hellman looks in. Taking a lot of time. Delivers, and he jams him. Ball is popped up. Foul territory. And not able to make a play. Count holds at 2-2. There was just a lot of time that elapsed from the time that he got set and then delivered. I was surprised that the batter did not ask for time. Delivery. That ball is popped up, and that's going to bloop into center field. Scoring a run, having some trouble with the play, and batter will move on to second base. So the Knights in a bit of trouble here in the top of the 7th. And they're in desperate need of an out. There's a strike, 1 pitch. Missing outside. The delivery. Ground ball to Claiborne, who's going to throw to third for the tag. So nice alert play by Zach Claiborne. Spencer Girding coming up and making the tag, and there's 1 out. And that will bring up Luke Tabler. Luke pinch hit, I believe, in the 5th inning. Delivery, strike 1. Throw over to first. Hellman comes set. Delivers. That's a dribbler. Max Hellman fields it. Throws over to McClanahan for the 2nd out of the inning. So with 2 away, that will bring up, for the first time tonight, pinch hitter David Anthony, who's a junior. And Badin is going to quickly check him into the game. So the Knights settling down here after giving up a couple of doubles to begin the inning. All right, so after all the T's have been crossed and the I's have been dotted by the umpire here on the lineup card, we are ready to get going here. And surprise, surprise, another left-handed hitter for the Rams. Delayed steal, and he is dead. Oh no, he dropped the ball. After he tagged him, the ball fell out of his glove, and so He is safe at third. That was a delayed steal. And taking a lot of time here on the mound, and he asks for time. Holman looks in for the signs, comes set, and delivers. Nice cutter. A little too inside, and the count is 3-0. Calls it a strike. That pitch looked very similar to the pitch before, which was a ball, but I'm not going to complain at this point. He's saying 2-1's the count. The scoreboard says 3-1, so I apologize for that. I'm just going off what I see. Ball's inside. Mangan making a nice stop to keep that from going to the backstop. And now the count is 3-1. So we desperately need a strike here. Taking his time. And the pitch. And we have 2 on board here. So first and third. And I can't imagine that they would throw the ball down to second here. Josh Hageman Jr. comes up. Oh my gosh, surprise, surprise. Another left-handed hitter for the Badin Rams. Setting up way outside. Ooh, and he caught the corner. Strike one. And a throw over to first right now might catch him inside. One the count. He's got a huge lead at first. Just missing high. Two one. That gets away, and that's going to score a run. And the score is now 5-1, Badin. Mangan setting up on the outside corner. Ball 4. So runners at first and second, and Joey Hosel's pitching coach is going to go out and have a word on the mound. And the conversation is done, and A.J. Enginger, second baseman, comes up. Sophomore starter for Badin. Ball one. Homan taking too much time. Ask for time. Delivery missing outside. 2-0. So Homan having some trouble here finding the strike zone. Ball three.
Go back, deep breath, that's it. All the way back.
Strike one. And the difference for that pitch was Max stayed on his line coming downhill. So 3-1 delivery. Ball four. And the bases are loaded. That brings up Alex Barger. Another meeting at the mound, and they're going to go to Nolan Meyer to try to close this out. So sophomore Nolan Meyer coming in to try to shut things down here, get the last out, and Max Homan having some trouble here tonight, throwing some strikes once they got on base, but he is just a freshman. This is a young team all the way around, but if you're in there, you got to throw strikes. So Nolan Meyer's in here with 2 outs. Hopefully we can get out of this inning without any more damage. All right, so we are about ready to begin. And Nolan Meyer has come on a few times in relief this year, and he has been on target just about every single time. And especially his last couple outings, he has looked incredibly strong at the plate. So The Knights turning to Nolan Meyer to shut things down here in the 7th. That ball is hit. First pitch up to left field. Oh, and that bounced hard with Girding. And not able to make the catch, and that will score a run. And the score is 6-1. So I think he looks like Spencer had just a little bit of difficulty picking that up right off the bat. Recovered well, laid out for it, but was not able to come up with it. And we're kind of in that early stages of dusk here, so it's hard to pick up off the bat. Strike one. So Nolan bounces right back. That ball gets away, and that's going to score a run. So the Knights running into a lot of problems here in the 7th inning. One the count. Now just a runner on third base. That gets away from him. He's able to get it. Ball is fouled up and out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Meyer just missing, and the count is full. The delivery, ground ball. Claiborne's charge. He's got a long throw. Ooh, off his glove. And the runner is safe, and that will score another run here. And the score is now 8-1. So the Knights running into that all too familiar inning where few walks, few errors, and they're in trouble here, but they've got to work themselves out. So that's a ground ball to Claiborne. Going to try it again and misses first base, and another run scores. 9-1. So the carnage continues here in the 7th inning for the Knights. Badin has put 6 up on them. So going into this inning, it was 3-1 and feeling really good about things. And suddenly things have gone south. So need to battle back here. Nolan's throwing a nice inning here. Nolan is doing his job. And the lights have been turned on here. Just missing inside. Strike two. And umpire really likes that inside corner today. And Hamilton Badin's batter has his right foot really crowded on the plate. And outside, but that's where Mangan wanted the ball. He wanted him going after one. That ball was hit to center field. Scheretti has to come up and makes the catch. And so the inning is over, but not before Badin hangs several on the Knights. And in the middle of the seventh inning, the score, I had 9-1, which I think the score is. But the scorekeeper has 8-1. So we're going to have to confirm what that score is. Okay, the bottom of the seventh inning, and here to close out the game for Badin is junior Kenny Couch. And as you look back on this game, you think it was a game going into the top of the seventh inning, but the Knights just running into some issues and not recovering. And it's just a sign that it's a work in progress here. What's important is that you just play through those moments and good things will eventually happen. So the 1-0 delivery, that was for Alex Dunkel. Count is 1-1. And well, I said a new pitcher. He is throwing equally as hard. And as the parents were telling me, that first, the starting pitcher for them, that's popped straight up. Shortstop's underneath it, calling for it. Out number one. So they can They've got several guys that can bring the gas. So I just checked with the speed gun guys, and they said that this pitcher's been topping out at 89 here early on, so several guys can bring it. And this guy's a junior, so he's got another year left with Badin. That one's fouled back. That's Spencer Girding up to bat for the Knights. The delivery, strike. And the count is 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Knights are down to their last out here in the 7th inning. And Max Homan comes to the plate, hoping to extend the game. Strike 1, down the middle. Just missing, outside, 1-1. Strike 2. 2 strikes, you got to be aggressive up there. So, the 1-2 delivery. Curveball, low for a ball, and the count evens at 2-2. Outside, ball 3. That one got away from him. And the count is full. The payoff. Strike 3. And the final score here tonight at Wright State University, Hamilton Badin 8, Alter 1, and the score is really not indicative of how close of a game it was there going into the top of the 7th inning. The Knights just not able to close it out in the 7th, and with that, the Knights drop to 3-5, and they will welcome back the seniors for the Friday night matchup. Hamilton Badin down at Hamilton Badin for game number 2 against their GCL rivals. But that's it for tonight out here. The JV game for tomorrow has been pushed and is rescheduled for a couple weeks out, and so the Knights will have a night off after playing Monday, JV last night, varsity tonight. So we will try again, come back, and we just need to continue to press forward. So it's not going to happen overnight. It's a process, and stick and believe and trust the process, and we will get there. So final score tonight here at Wright State University, 9-1 Hamilton Badin. So we will see you again on Friday, and this is Dave Homan with the Alter Knights Baseball Network.